Hi everybody, this is Dr. Nzilalova, founder of Nzilalova, a modern academy of African traditional spirituality. Nzilalova comprises two branches, a research branch called Institut des Sciences Animiques and an initiatory branch called also Nzilalova. So Nzilalova is an academy of divine mystery. Today we have chosen to speak about the Congo Cosmogram, and especially as it applies to the journey of human being from the heaven to the earth and back to the heaven. The artist of this video has been taken from this book titled BUKÂNGO, which is available at Amazon.com. The Cosmogram, the Congo Cosmogram, is often defined as the Congo perception of the cosmos. However, in reality, it is the simplified form of the spiritual, as the summary of all the teachings of the Congo religion. When you look at a spiral from the top, it results in a circle. It appears just as a circle. And when you join the 4 points of the circle, you have a cross, which cross is called by Foucault the Congo Cosmogram. In ancient Egypt, it is thought that Thoth, the initiator of Egyptian religion, had a vision. In this vision, he saw human beings coming from higher planes in heavens and coming down to the earth through cycles of life in spiraling movement and going back through the same spiraling movements. This teaching of the journey of man from heaven to earth back to heaven in a spiral is taught in BUKÂNGO by the myth of Mahungu. Mahungu, the original human being, the original Muntu, the word Muntu means human being, was divine, hence his name Mahungu, the one who expresses the Kimahungu, or the fullness of the divinity, in the Academy of the Human Academy, the Academy of Human Mystery, the Lemba. So God created the Muntu, the human being, in his image and likeness, and gave him dominion. So it means that man was divine. He was the manifestation of the fullness of the divinity, the Logos. However, God forbid man never to go around the sacred palm tree. But one day, enticed by a mortal curiosity, Mahungu went around the palm tree, the sacred palm tree, in clockwise manner. At the end of the counter, he found himself divided into 2 weak beings, a male and a female. They try to solve their weakness, to regain the divinity they have lost, by going in a contrary manner around the palm tree. That is, in a counterclockwise manner, but they remain 2 weak beings. They married each other, but to no avail. The moral of the myth is that the fall is due to disobedience, and the fall is a clockwise movement, and that the ascension, it must be a counterclockwise manner, but not done humanly, but done through the Logos. So we are going to see how all these translate in the Congo Cosmogram. As you see, the Congo people didn't have a word to say north and south. For the orientation, they always use the east and the west. The east was always identical to light. The east was identical to the right. The left, the female, the west were also the same thing. So by being here, one sees the east at his right and the west at his left. Naturally, for a person who is at point 2, the situation must be the reverse. So, for one who is at point 2, the west is here, the east is here. For the one who is at point 2, the east is here and the west is there. When the point 1 symbolizes light, the point 2 symbolizes darkness. And when this part symbolizes Nseke, the word of the here living, this lower part symbolizes Mpemba, the word of the ancestor. Both words are separated by the line 3-4, which line is called by Foucault the Kalunga line. So the Kalunga line separates the universe of the here living and the universe of the ancestors. As the first children of God disobeyed God, they have fallen. And we have seen that falling is going to the west. Falling is going clockwise. So from point 1, which symbolizes light, heavenly light, they went to the west clockwise, and they reached the point 2, which symbolizes stark darkness and chaos. They remained in darkness and chaos until the Creator came to their succor. So creation was soteriological. It was in order to bring salvation from people who were caught in darkness and chaos, who had lost their substantiality because they have turned away from divine light and substance. So the Creator had to descend to a lower realm. Because he had to descend, he went from point 1 to the west and reached the point 2, where the children of God were caught in darkness. And he could repel the darkness. Why? Because his downward move was impelled by love, not by sin, like BUKÔNGO. So he reached the point 2 and he repelled light. However, you must know that the children of God are endowed with free will. So they could accept or refuse the light brought by the Creator. Those who didn't accept that light remained in the darkness as demons fighting light. And this is taught by the Sumerian cosmology. As to those who accepted light, they had two options: from point 2 to go to the east, which is in Pemba, or to go to the east, which is at Nseke. This means that they could accept light in its full effulgence, that is, in an ascending manner, in a counterclockwise manner, or they could accept it in a descending manner, not in its full effulgence. So, those who accepted light in all its effulgence went from point 2 to the east of Mpemba. They didn't cross the Kalunga line. They remained in Mpemba, and they constituted the first Mpemba, the first ancestors. Those who did accept light, but in a descending manner, they went from point 2 in a clockwise manner and crossed the Kalunga line to reach light at point 3 at the east of Nzeke. By crossing the Kalunga line, they will become in Nzeke the first humanity. So we have Mpemba and Nzeke, both inhabited by human beings who have accepted light, but not in the same manner. So the question is how the first humanity will reach the heaven. This will be the work of initiation. By starting from point 3 where they are at Nzeke, they have to go to the west. But you know, going from east to the west is dying. So the first thing one has to undergo the first thing in the initiatory process is that the student must symbolically die. He must go from east to west. He must symbolically die. This means also that no one can enter the heaven with his material incarnation. So, by symbolically dying, the candidate to the initiation finds himself in Mpemba, among the ancestor whose presence is symbolized by the presence of the initiator. And here, he will undergo the process of purification and education, which will lead him to the east, to the light of Mpemba. After the initiation, will he cross the Kalunga line to come back into the community? The answer is yes, physically. Physically, he will cross the Kalunga line and come back to the community in order to use his new knowledge for the salvation of himself and of the community. However, seen in the spiritual context, that new initiate from here on will be living in the consciousness of the presence of the holy ancestors surrounding him. This means that, spiritually speaking, he will never cross the Kalunga line. He will remain in Mpemba. So the cycles of counterclockwise or life will lead him to the point 1 when he will become again the child of God he has been before his fall. So you see, the cosmogram can be explained as the journey of human being from heaven to the earth and back to the heaven. The ideas of this video has been taken from this book titled BUKôNGO, which is available at Amazon.com. If this video pleased you, if you enjoyed this video, please join us and become one of our subscribers, one of our followers. We thank you and see you later.